Hello, my name is Elizabeth Tefanction. I'm a classical pianist and a piano teacher for many years. I would like to discuss the concept of imagery and music making. This is part of a series of short lectures on this very important topic. I am in the final stages of production of an online course called Studies for Advanced Piano Technique in an Approachable Manner. So, as I talk to you on this subject, let's observe concert pianist Polina Kolakova as she performs the C Major Sonata, Opus 2, number 3 by Beethoven. She's an exceptional pianist and is featured throughout the entire online course. Pianist Polina Kolakova.
Imagery and the artistry of the music performance. We already know that it's so necessary to prepare our technical skills, and we need to keep in mind that it's also important to prepare the atmosphere that a piece is meant to bring. In this way, we can all enjoy the message it has to offer. If we think of music as having a message, well, that message is only as good as it can be if the message is understood. To get that across, it helps to create an imaginary association of what the piece is about. Stay with that image or story or mood from beginning to end. If you zone out, stop your playing and think on the image. This will help train you to stay focused. For some people, those with the gift of sound synesthesia, they associate musical notes with colors. For example, the note G can be green and D flat gold and D pale yellow and on and on. So when they play certain pieces, they are drenched in the key of that piece through color. They might associate a story or image or a special mood with it also, but they can hear the color of the notes. Besides imagining a picture or a story or color associations, we can reach for tone color imagery in our listening and playing. Tone color refers to the sound of different instruments. The piano has a certain sound or tone color. The orchestra has stringed instruments such as the violins and cellos and woodwinds such as clarinets and oboes and brass instruments such as trumpets and French horns. And each instrument has its unique sound or tone color. That's why each instrument is given a certain job to do within that orchestral composition. Its voice is its personality. The violins might have a soft melody that reaches the heart, and the trumpets might have a part that brings out the emotions of confidence and courage. Beethoven's symphonies were groundbreaking in the use of the many dimensions of the tone colors of the different instruments of the orchestra. I recommend listening to any one of the 9 symphonies to prove this point. It seems as if Beethoven thought in orchestral tone colors when he composed for piano solo too. There is no better example of this that I can think of than the Beethoven sonatas. I need to say no more except to offer you a listening of the first movement of the sonata in C major, Opus 2, number 3 by Beethoven, performed by Polina Kolakova. The shadows and depth of sound of this sonata is a clear example of how Beethoven composed thinking of the tone colors of the different instruments of the orchestra, even when the piece is for piano solo. Polina has a deep understanding of how to interpret this type of dynamic composition. Her interpretation is brilliant, just brilliant. let's exercise our imagination a bit more. We will listen to the third movement of this beautiful sonata in C major. The image I reach for is laughter. Matter of fact, every time I hear Paulina's convincing performance, I chuckle a bit. What images do you reach for? There are no wrong answers to this question. Just wake up that imagination. Thank you, Paulina. Bravo performance. Bravo. I've asked master teacher and award-winning concert pianist Dr. Neil Ruttman if he could give us some insights on imagery and the artistry of music making. He is the author of Stories, Images, and Magic from the Piano Literature.
Well, I don't think you can create beautiful music anywhere unless you have an imagery or some kind of spiritual connection with the piece. I'll give you an example of what I mean. If you have an advanced student whose fingers are all over the keyboard and who plays technically, brilliantly, and accurately, but you ask them at the conclusion of their performance, what does the piece mean? Or what images do they have? Or use a word to describe the dominant feeling or spiritual atmosphere? Most pianists are at a loss to be able to do that. So I believe in training and teaching the mind and the imagination early on, so they have ideas and feelings that relate to the music.